Hi, it's Mama J. How's everybody doing tonight? Tonight, I wanted to talk about negative thoughts and about how persistent and how dangerous they really are. Studies say that we have between 50 and 70,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot. And of those thousands of thoughts, 80% of them are negative. 80% of thousands of thoughts that we have every day are negative. And 95% of them are the thoughts we had the day before. So not only are we thinking a lot of negative things, we're reinforcing it in our mind over and over and over. And when you think about it, no wonder we remember the painful experiences, the bad experiences, more than we do the positive ones. Because our mind is constantly in this negative mode, constantly thinking the negative scenario. You can, like I said before about the glass half empty or half full, we're constantly going to the half empty glass if we're having thousands of thoughts and most of them are negative. And so I started paying attention and I realized that I really do have a lot of thoughts running through my head, that a lot of them are just useless. See something, I experience something, and I'm thinking in my head how I'm going to have this conversation with somebody about it, which I'm not. So it's really wasted thoughts. And then I thought about something else. Driving. I have negative thoughts about driving. I have fear about driving. And the irony is that it probably came because I started driving late. I didn't learn how to drive until I was in my late 20s. And the fact of the matter is, though, I'm a very good driver. I have driven in all kinds of circumstances. I've driven on highways. I've driven on 287 in New Jersey. I've driven on Route 80 in New Jersey. I've driven in Texas. I've driven in various other states. I've driven on the highway and with the big trucks, with the big rigs, in a van that had a whole lot of play in the wheel that used to make me nervous. But yet and still, even with all the experience that I have, even with the common sense knowledge that I am a good driver, I have to still affirm, I have to remind myself that I'm a good driver because my natural inclination, my mind, whenever I have to travel someplace new or someplace I haven't been before, my mind automatically goes to fear. Fear pops in my head. And it's kind of crazy because I know I'm a good driver. I've proven that to myself. But my mind doesn't want to let go of old fears that I had from when I was a teenager. And, when you think about that, that's kind of powerful. I haven't been a teenager for a very, very long time, but yet my mind is still hanging on to those teenage fears, even though I have proven over and over and over again that I can drive. Um, Another scenario that made me think about how our minds go to the negative was one of the students at the school came up to me the other day and he showed me a picture of his tire and how his tire had just shredded to pieces. And he said, somebody cut my tire. Somebody had to cut my tire for it to look like that. And I said to him, well, you don't know that for sure. And the truth is, there's no benefit in thinking that someone cut your tire. I said, how about looking at it like you hit something on the road that shredded your tire? Because when you think about somebody having cut your tire, that's putting you in the negative frame. And things that come across you, for the remainder after you've gone into this negative frame, is going to most likely be negative. But if you look at it as if you ran across something on the road that chewed up your tire, then you're keeping yourself in a neutral, if not a positive frame of mind, at least a neutral frame of mind. And so I said that to him and he thought about what I said and he agreed. There's no benefit in thinking about a thing in a negative way. Thinking about it in a negative way does not solve the problem, does not prepare you in any way. It does not make you feel any better. So I say to everybody tonight, I challenge everybody out there to make a conscious effort to watch what you're thinking and to redirect your thoughts to the positive whenever negative thoughts pop in. And it doesn't matter how big or how small the negative thought is. When a negative thought pops in, the negative scenario pops in your head, redirect yourself and turn it to a positive. If you like my videos and you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe and check back with me soon because I'll be doing more. All right, have a good night. And if you have a comment or ideas of things that you want me to talk about, don't hesitate to leave me a message.